It's nice and cool. I'd say it's probably like 45, 46 degrees. Oh, I hate that. I feel like my ears gotta pop. Hello. How are you? Hello, everybody watching. It's Matt. Hey, Loopy. How are you? Uh, Hi, Ian. What's going on? I just got done getting something to eat. Um, just want to jump on here real quick and see what everybody's doing. How's the ticker? Oh, we're all good. Doing all right. Haven't had any issues with it. Um, on the medication. Like I said, changed my eating habits, what I eat when I eat, rested up. So I'm not doing too bad now. I just got to maintain the way I'm living in right now. I mean, maybe I could exercise a little bit more. There's always room for improvement, but not doing too bad. How's everything going with you guys? How's life? I Yeah, I went to the doctor's last week, and well, it's finally warming up a bit. Yeah, like I said, today was great. Last night, it's still too cold for my taste. I mean, like being in a van, being in Knoxville is fantastic. 9 times out of 10, I love the weather here. It's been cold up in Indiana. Um, 9 times out of 10, I love the weather. Uh, it can get a little too hot for me, but then again, I've spent summers up in Maine, and summer's just hot. It's just how it is. I don't like 85, 90, 95 degrees weather, no matter where it is. The most you can hope for is it's not humid. Humidity is probably my worst enemy when it comes to weather. But um, yeah, last night it seemed like it was, maybe it's just me. I don't know, but it seemed just like a lot colder. It felt a lot colder, and that's weird how the body works. Sometimes, some days you're it could be 30 degrees and I'm wearing short sleeve shirts and just doing my thing. But at night, I want to say it said it was around 30 degrees, but it felt super colder. My legs were I couldn't keep them warm. Not a heck of a lot going on with me, and that's on purpose. I've just been taking it easy. I've been feeling kind of nappy today, so I took a couple naps. Like I got up like at 7 this morning, and then watched some videos on my phone. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm feeling a little. I feel like I could go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, and I got up at 10. No, I got up at 9:25. I remember that, and I went back to sleep. Got up at 10. So naps are great. I love them. What else? Haven't been doing much. Watched a couple movies last night. Mostly the thing that I enjoy the most, and I don't know why, but I could do this every day for a few hours a day. I just put on Spotify my 80s music. My playlist is called Nomad Radio. Um, I had an exercise stress test on Monday. They said everything on that and the resting EKG and blood work is normal. I guess it's some good news. Doesn't really give me answers to the issues I've been having. Doctor says some of it could be from anxiety. They say that can really cause your body to do weird things. It can. I can definitely vouch for that. Your mental state can have an impact on your physical health. It can manifest things. Um, yes, where you may not. The interesting thing about the brain and how it relates to your body is that there are some times when you feel emotions and it does not come out in a standard way. I'm sad, I cry. I'm angry. You feel rage. You're scared. That sort of thing. It's not. Your body can sometimes um, send signals in a different area. Like there are some times when you feel sad that you feel like you're gonna want to throw up, and so that can become like your new sad. Like I get, or if you're angry and your heart elevates and you feel feverish in the face and you know you your muscles react a different way, that sort of thing. So there are some times where um, your body just says, "Well, I need to get this out." So this is what they have said to me. Totally weird stuff. It is. That's happened to me too. There have been times where my depression just makes me feel ill. Um, it's difficult for me to digest food properly, and you know, it puts a strain on your digestive system. It can put a strain on your heart, and the way that I've lived my life, being the way that I am, a lot of my pain that I feel, like emotional pain, ends up turning into physical pain, like physically feeling heartache. That's probably one of the most common feelings that I've had, is just that, like, that physical sense of someone, um, you know, stepping, like they say, stepping on your chest, or grabbing a hold of grabbing a hold of you. And it's weird how to describe it, but like physical heartache feeling, not like a heart attack necessarily, not like left arm tingles and all that stuff, but it's psychosomatic, if you want to call it that. I don't know what the word is for it, but that is absolutely true. And the only way that I've found, well, not the only way, there's a few different ways that you can help that. If you feel anxiety and if you feel these things and they manifest themselves physically, they gave me some anxiety medication, and guess we'll see if it works. Um, I don't want to shoot down medication, because I myself have taken medication and it's helped me quite a bit. I know the first time that I've ever felt that was down here in Florida. I would say I was about 24, 25 when I first started taking depression meds, um, on a regular basis. I started taking Zoloft, and all most of my life I had felt this fog in my brain that I knew was my depression. They gave me Lexapro. I've never heard of Lexapro. I'm not too familiar with medications, but um, I've always been hesitant to take medications. I've always been hesitant to go to hospitals. All that stuff just makes me a little uncomfortable. But when I went to a therapist in my early 20s, um, mid 20s, they gave me Zoloft, and I felt this fog that I've always had in my life lifted. Like I could see clearer, I could think clearer, and so that was literally a chemical imbalance sort of a thing. So I don't want to dismiss medication, because for a lot of people that could be the thing that 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 lifts you above that fog to see the world around you. Like that reinforced that whole reality's perception sort of a thing. So that was amazing. I'm the same. I'm not a medication person. Don't do hospitals or doctors if I don't have to. Right. Which isn't to say that I necessarily subscribe to alternative medicine necessarily, or homeopathy, or whatever you want to call it. Crystals and herbs and all that stuff. Not necessarily. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying it's not. I'm not saying that. Uh, I've always been the type of person of just deal with it. Of just, like if I had a fever, rest. If you have a headache, just wait, kind of a thing. Not the best, and I will agree, not the best course of action, but the one that I feel more comfortable with a lot of times is I'm hurting right now. I'll just rest. I'll just relax, wait it out, see what happens. Because my whole thing is with medication, and it works for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but the way it works for me, or seems to work, is so I could take this bottle of chemicals that I really don't know what they are, and who knows what long-term effects they'll have on me or whatever. Um, and then eventually I'll feel better. Or in the past I've done nothing and I've felt better. So, you know, my whole thing has always been, if it lasts for more than 24 hours, then absolutely see what else there is to do. But the headache, I'll take some Tylenol before it gets bad. If I do the weight thing, it gets bad, so hard to get rid of. Right, right. It's your call, your body, your call. Um, but getting back to what I was saying about like medication for depression, anxiety, and all that stuff, um, it can help. So I know that it has helped, but there are other things that have helped me just as much as medication. So not to put down meds for depression and anxiety, but there are other things also that are just as effective when taken um, when taken in combination. Like meditation is something that is sincerely uh, as good. Um, the medication can change the chemical imbalance, but what you do while the fog is lifted is super important as well. You know what I mean? Um, it being able to focus your mind, and being able to organize your mind, um, to cope with the world, to sift through all the stuff in your head. I think the worst part for me is I don't work much in the winter, so I have a lot of free time with my thoughts, and that usually doesn't help my situation sit and dwell and think. Right, right. that I am pretty much the same way as well. So I work weekends and I don't work during the week. I don't have a partner anymore, so I'm by myself a lot. I wake up and I go through my day trying to find little things like watching movies and stuff to entertain myself, and listening to music and et cetera, et cetera. But yes, I am alone with my thoughts quite a bit, and I don't know if it's just force of habit, um, but my thoughts usually turn towards the negative quite a bit. If I'm going to suddenly find myself thinking about a situation, it's a situation where I'm in stress. It's a situation where I'm, you know, like I find myself arguing with non-existent people. I suddenly find myself in a scenario in my head where I'm trying to explain myself to somebody. I'm like, why am I doing that? You know, the brain is a funny thing, and sometimes I write it off as maybe it's like to prepare me for situations. You know, I find myself thinking about people arguing with me and thinking about people being confrontational as a way to exercise those parts of my brain to prepare for an argument. But that's not true because I've done that most of my life, and my reaction is always smile and just nod and allow people to do whatever, just be the better person kind of a thing. I'd be driving down the road, uh, delivering pizzas, and I stop at an intersection, and then for some reason I would imagine somebody behind me honking my horn and just being irate. And I try to think of what my reaction would be if someone did that to me, or they pulled up beside me and had some words to say or something. And my normal reaction would just be like wave and hi, good morning, love you, kind of a thing. Where it's just like just I'm nice as my reactions. So yeah, but having meditating, um, like just relaxation techniques, mindfulness. I always thought I was a pretty chill person, never really felt anxious, but my girlfriend says that you can have anxiety and panic attacks and not really have any symptoms leading up to it. The brain works the way the brain works. Like I said, it's such an interesting situation because so the brain is neurochemical responses to things outside. I mean, it's the electricity. It's the way your brain works. This getting old sucks. Yeah, that's true too. Your body produces energy, and your body works in like an electrochemical uh, manner. The whole system, electrical impulses, and like I said, biochemical reactions and stuff like that. Like there's so much technical. There's so much science stuff going on in there that like that literally someone could spend their whole life studying it and how things work and like, but there are so many things that make up what your brain is and how it reacts to certain things, and things that just like go over my head. Will we ever fully understand it? I don't know. Certainly I won't in my lifetime. So I just, I don't bother looking into it too deep because your head can start hurting from that. It could just be, but my point is that you could just start getting anxiety, start getting panic attacks. That's just the way that your body can be sometimes because it's missing something in that it's missing some kind of, missing some sort of ingredient that you're not taking in. Change in weather can affect your brain. So many different things, so many different factors go into making you well and maintaining your body. Uh, and some cells could just stop working in your brain. The there's really no, obviously you go through trauma in your life, and you go through things, you react to certain things on a regular basis, and it becomes part of who you are. Your behavior. um so yeah, there are things that can happen to you gradually over time that could never affect you until one day it does. There are things that you can just wake up one day and you know and you're different. I don't understand it. I don't want to put forth the effort to understand it, because already just talking about it's making my brain hurt. That's also sort of a philosophical thing, where it's like, some things we weren't meant to understand, some things, you know personal philosophy of mine. I'm not supposed to know everything. I'm not supposed to have all the answers. You could spend your life trying to find all those answers and still come up empty-handed, or short-handed at least. Just adds more anxiety. Yeah, exactly. When I dwell on something, stuff starts happening in my body. Yep. Yeah, that's true too. Um, just it's just the way that your brain deals with certain situations. Um, it comes down to the way that your body and your brain reacts to the world. And speaking as someone who, like I said, I got that fog. I'm not. I think that I am wise. I think that I have an intelligence. That I can figure some things out. I'm a smart person, but I don't have all the tools. Like, I can speak well, and I can communicate with people, and express my emotions to some degree pretty well. It's also a talent, not just something that you have inherently, but something that you can, like a skill that you can acquire, and how to speak properly, the things that you can do to improve that. And I feel I'm a performer, so that's important to me to perform well through, speaking to people a certain way and getting comfortable and that sort of thing. Like I said, having a microphone or a camera in front of me, uh, it's something that my brain just locks into. It just gets. But that's one aspect of me. In a lot of ways, I am not very smart when it comes to just base knowledge about certain things. Like, I can understand science. I can, like, I'm comfortable with science. I'm fascinated by it in some ways, like that sense of wonder, that sense of there's something out there, things happen a certain way. Like, I get it, but I I can only take that so far. A respect, I'll put it that way. I have a respect for a lot of things, but as far as truly understanding it, like, if I going to school and taking classes to understand these things, it just, like, that's where that fog is in my brain. That's just something I'm not programmed to do. I can respect it. I can understand it in a vague sense, but I'm just not a brainy, uh, I'm more of a big thinker, not a technical thinker, put that way. And yeah, that's my reaction to a lot of it. It's beyond past a certain point of stimulation, past a certain point of receiving information and comprehending it. Like I can get overwhelmed very easily, and like you said, that could fall back on the anxiety. That could fall back onto the I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. Ah. That's the reason why I feel like even though being alone can sometimes suck, and I wish I had somebody by my side. I can't. I wouldn't change where I am necessarily because being alone and not having much going on other than talking to you guys and working a few days and stuff like that, like it's helped me quite a bit to be alone. Like I've certainly felt more comfortable and more at ease and able to focus on certain things and relax. I don't need a lot to do. There's some people that can do it, like they can just handle business, like Pam would do that. Pam can handle money, and then she can handle talking to people, and like just she was so much better at juggling, spinning more plates, kind of thing, than I was. I just have to try and find stuff to keep my mind busy. Yeah, I have a vivid imagination. I have a creative mind that can come up with some interesting things. But um, you could have a really handle tool in your toolbox, but that doesn't mean that it can do everything. So right now, in fact, thinking about it, my brain is a little overwhelmed because I'm trying to explain, and I think I kind of lost my point. That's how men are wired. I think my girlfriend is a person who can control many things at once. I have to focus on about one thing at a time, or I'll get messed up. Yeah, well, that's where my brain was kind of going. Where a sledgehammer is a very useful tool. It's a very valuable tool. There are some times where a sledgehammer can come in very handy and get a lot of stuff done. But there are also times when you need a screwdriver and you don't need a sledgehammer. I'm not a screwdriver. I'm a sledgehammer. I can do a lot of things. I can do them well. I can definitely change things around me, for sure. But there are some times where you don't need that particular tool. It doesn't do everything. Um, I completed a thought all on my own, and I did it while live streaming with witnesses. You guys just saw a breakthrough. I actually finished a coherent thought. If there's one thing that you can do in life, if there's one job that you have, or one mission, or one quest, one whatever objective in your life, it's to figure out how the hell your body works. Your brain and your body. The meat sack, and then the thing that runs the meat sack, and then the thing, the person you are that resides in that thing that controls the meat sack. Three different things: your soul, your mind, whatever, your physical brain, and then the rest of your body. Three different things. So what does your days consist of Monday through Thursday? A lot of it is I have an alarm set for 9:30 a.m. and I have an alarm set for 9:30 p.m. so that when the alarm goes off, I take my medication. Normally, the 9:30 a.m. is what wakes me up, and the 9:30 p.m. is what tells me to get ready for bed. So I have those two locked anchor points in my day. Um, that's the really cool thing. The thing that puts me at ease in my life is that I don't have anything set in stone Monday through Thursday, and I'm great with that. Like, uh, that 9:30 a.m. is also great because Friday, Saturday, Sunday I work 10 to 5 delivering pizzas. So at 9:30 I wake up every day consistently at 9:30. That's a nice time of the day. It's early enough that I can get stuff done if I have a day off, and it's early and it's late enough in the day that I feel rested. I get up, take like 15 minutes to get ready, and then it's like 8 minutes to get to work from where I park. Um, but yeah, Monday through Thursday, I really don't have anything set in stone. Well, on a regular day, yeah, but on a regular day, 9:45 is better than when everybody morning rush. Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't have anything set in stone for me to do on a daily basis, and I prefer it that way. Like that's helped me out a lot. It made me feel a lot better, uh, more calm. Where I'm just like, uh, the only thing on top of 9:30 a.m. is the Chinese place that I eat opens at 11. So sometimes I think about that where I'm like, I could putz around 9:30. I wake up, take my meds, putz around until 11, 10:45, 11ish, whatever, and then that's when the place opens. I can get something to eat, and I like eating as soon as they open up at 11 because the food's fresh, but also better for me to eat at 11 a.m. and then not really have to eat the rest of the day. Today was different because I slept in a bunch and I was kind of lazy and dragging my ass, and I decided to go in like about an hour or so ago. It's probably not great for me to eat at 5 p.m., but I don't know. Uh, During the weekend, like I said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I should say, when I work, I get out of work at 5, and then I can't eat in the morning. Um, I eat at 6 because I get out of work at 5, and then that's pretty much it for my day. So I suppose it's not too bad for me to eat at 4 p.m. But no, I really don't do anything. Nothing's set in stone. I get up and I eat when I want to eat. I go back to sleep if I want to go back to sleep. I watch videos entertain myself with my phone. Put music on, play solitaire. That's what I was gonna say. It's like that's a thing that's really I could do that at any time of the day. Put on my playlist, my 80s and 70s music, and put that on really low and play solitaire or listen to podcasts. There's the podcast called Smartless that I started listening to. That's really pretty good. I really need to start eating better. I am a bad eater. I've made rules for myself, like I try not to drink anything but water. I can treat myself once in a while, and I do so infrequently. So, like right now, if I want to go grab a coffee, I could get me a small coffee. I can't do a large anymore. I don't want to do a large anymore. I've slept on that a couple times and got me a large drink, but I don't need a large coffee. I can just get a small coffee, and I think I may do that. In fact, just get a small coffee and kind of sip on it a little bit. but try to drink water more than anything else. Um, Last night I had a can of soda. Ben has in his basement. He's got what's that? What's that? Mountain Dew Spark. It's like a raspberry lemonade soda, but it's Mountain Dew Zero, so zero sugar. So I had that, but nine times out of 10 during the day, it's water. It's nothing else. Um, so yeah, more than anything else, drink water. And I always have water by me. More than anything else, eat vegetables on your plate. More than have that be what's the majority on your plate. Eating healthy is hard and expensive. Not necessarily. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I've found a way that I could eat fairly healthy, inexpensive, uh, and it's kind of easy. Now there are ways that you could eat healthy, like super healthy, if you have your own kitchen and you get like boiled chicken kind of thing, and just have like a there are ways that I could eat better, sure, but I think at this Chinese food at this Chinese restaurant um, that I go to, they have chicken on a stick, and I don't think that they put a lot of seasoning on it because it doesn't bother my system very much. Um, to get some sort of protein, and I like the chicken, so I mean, I get chicken, and then they usually have green beans or they have broccoli steamed on the buffet as well. So I get like half the plate is going to be steamed broccoli or steamed green beans, and then I get a couple pieces of chicken, uh, and then one other thing, like just a taste of one other thing. Like I could get, they have seafood, they have stuffed mushrooms, they have an egg roll. So like I can get one little thing on the plate as well. But the majority of stuff that I eat is vegetables, chicken and broccoli. Oh, me too. I love chicken and broccoli, absolutely. Um, and they have chicken and broccoli with like a sauce sort of a thing, but I don't want sauce because sauce usually has all the salt and everything in it. I try not to eat sauces or anything. Just if I'm going to eat meat, I'm going to eat a piece of meat, a cooked piece of meat. If I'm going to eat vegetables, I'm going to eat some steamed vegetables or some cooked vegetables, but nothing with a lot of salt on it. And it's worked so far because like I'm down to 330 pounds. I've lost 70 pounds since about the time of my heart attack. That's what, 2 months, 3 months. So I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, and that's not with a lot of exercise. It's just like every day, consistently eating this one thing. I'm not getting tired of it. I'm not getting bored of it. Luckily, and I allow myself the occasional treat. Like they have cheese fried wontons, they have egg rolls and stuff like that. That's not super healthy, but I'm not eating 12 of them. I'm eating a couple with the rest of my meal. So, yeah, it's doable. And there are like millions of people out there that could give me infinite amount of combinations of other ways that I could eat better. Well, you should do. You should eat these, or you should eat those, or you should eat nuts, or you should eat seeds, or you should eat berries, or you should eat da 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 da. And so, but I found the thing, and so that's the other thing too is I could eat that, and I do eat that 7 days a week. Chicken and broccoli or green beans. Drink water. Uh, Take my meds. Well, I can have a like that's my meal, and then for the most part I don't eat the rest of the day. Um, there could be one day I have a coffee. There could be one day where I have a soda, but I don't have a coffee and a soda the same day. It's one thing, and that's without me exercising my ass off. So not too bad if it works. The only issue that I have with my system is unfortunately, and this isn't always a pleasant thing to talk about, but diarrhea. But that's also my medication. I think it's a metformin that I'm taking. Metformin for my. I think that's the diabetes medication, but I can't remember. One of the pills that I'm taking gives me diarrhea, anyways. So it's an inconvenience. It's livable. It's dealable. I just stay hydrated. Drink more water. That's it. I can eat about whatever I want. I've stayed at 170 pounds for years, but shitty eating, I believe, just is killing my energy levels. Could be getting older as well. Right, yeah, regulating one's sleep schedule is something that I've heard. Like, there's so many conflicting things though. Like, a routine is good in a lot of ways because it helps your body behave a certain way, but also like yeah, there's so many conflicting things because on one side, on one side, some people could say you need to get a lot of sleep, you need to sleep more, you need to sleep, when you're tired, sleep, and that sort of thing, and the you need to recharge your energy banks, kind of a thing. So sleep can be great, and um, I found that there are some times where when I sleep, like to try and stick to a normal sleep schedule, I don't sleep well. So to sort of counteract that, taking naps and stuff during the day, you can slip all over the place. Is what I'm saying. Like, there are so many wrong ways to do it, so many right ways to do it. And everybody's body's different. You can't think if I could start a good eating habit and get some of that energy back, get plenty of sleep. Usually, I'm in bed by 10, up at 7. Yeah, they're like I got so many different voices in my head right now, remembering what people have said to me. There's some people that say like just getting you need more sleep. There's some people that say you need just regular sleep. There's some people saying that you know uh, how you eat can affect your sleep. What's on, Rehab? How you doing, man? Listen to Open Arms by Journey. Nice. That's a time machine right there. We're all human beings, so we all have 2 arms and 2 legs and 5 fingers and 5 toes for the most part. There are exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, we're all the same type of creature with a lot of variations, but still within the same boundaries. To a certain extent, you could say what's best for humans, but what's good for one group of humans may not necessarily be the same for another but set of humans. You know what I'm saying? Only some of us have a third leg. Just kidding, Batchuck. Um, like there is only so much information that can be applied to most humans. In the end, everybody is different, and I gotta go. Time to get the herd. Time to let the herd of dogs outside. All right. Have a great day. So you could say that people need. Well, that's not true either. Now that I'm thinking of it, the stream of consciousness stuff. So my brain is so jumbled right now, but I'm trying to get this straight. So we have been told certain things, like it's become common knowledge of certain things, like the 3 square meals and the 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and the so much of what we've been told is put inside of our heads at an early age that we think that that's the way that it is, but it's not the way that it is. It gets different for everybody. There are some the people that may require 10 hours, 12 hours of sleep. There are some people that may require 4 or 5 hours of sleep and are perfectly fine doing that. There are some people that have a certain diet that works for them, that for the person beside them, it may not work. So if people are different and things work different ways for different people, if somebody tells me that I need 8 hours of sleep and I need 12, well, that's the wrong information and I'm doing things wrong and I can improve on. But that's my point is that that's the objective for most people, is just to figure out who the hell they are mentally and personality wise, behavior wise. Just like, if there's nothing else that you learn in your life, you need to learn what works for your body. Well, in the years that you spend trying to figure that out, on top of everything else that you're trying to decipher in the world, your body changes. So when you think you know how your body works and you think you got it figured out, uh, you're a different person. And so that may not be the case anymore. So, ugh, it's such a pain in the ass. And then so many people talking to you, if you allow that, people who have their own opinions and the different ways that they say that you should be doing things. No, you shouldn't do 3 squares a meal. You should be doing 5 or 6 small meals and then getting 10 hours of sleep instead of 6 hours of sleep. And some people are like, no, what you should really do is intermittent fasting, where you have one meal a day, and then you don't eat anything for 24 hours or 48 hours, or try more, that's inconsistent with what other people say about you should have a routine. It's like, no, you don't need a routine. What you need to do is this. Only what you need to do is that. What you need to do is work harder. What you need to do is lift weights. No, you don't need to lift weights. You need to do more aerobics. No, you don't need to do more aerobics. You just need to, go for a nice walk. No, you don't need to go for a nice walk. You need to just eat better and don't worry about the walking part. No, you don't need to do that. You need to drink more and eat. It's like, I get told so many different ways to live my life and do things that'll be the better way. I'm you end up cherry picking whatever you want, anyways. If it's your life, it's the way you live, it's the way you do your thing. Figure out what works for you and what's comfortable for you, and just do that and be happy. And if it doesn't work, work on it. No rush. No, 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 no. We're not trying to force anything on you. Boy. Oh man. All right. Well, that's it for me. I'm exhausted. So I am a scatterbrained kind of a person. I'm grateful for it because that means that my brain is active and that I'm trying to figure things out in real time. It's probably not the safest thing for me, or the not the safest thing. What's the word I'm looking for? probably not the best for me image wise to do this kind of figuring things out, um, improvisation or whatever you want to call it. To do this sort of thinking and speaking at the same time in this sort of raw form that I do, probably not the best for an image of a person to do this live streaming where people can watch me do this. Uh, is it is it entertaining? I don't know. You be the judge of that. If it makes me seem kind of crazy, there's a good reason for that because I'm kind of crazy. But all right, there we go. That's it for me. Have a great day, everybody. I'm gonna go rest my brain for a little bit. Uh, I may not walk a physical treadmill, but my brain is on a treadmill, and I just ran it for a good half hour today. All right, have a great day. I love you guys very much, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Love you. Bye.